Hey there, David Moss, back for another FSD 14.3.4. Of course, you probably know me from my coast-to-coast drives, such as all the way across America and all the way across Canada, completely 100% autonomously using Tesla's full self-driving supervised software. Today, I come to you from Olympia, Washington, and we were going to be driving back to the Tacoma area. But first, we have to stop at a supercharger and make a quick errand. Tomorrow's my mother's birthday, and I need to get her a birthday card and pick up some other stuff at the grocery store. So we're off. We're going from there, and let's have some fun. Back up a bit for the camera, and we're off. So we crossed 9,000 miles. I forgot all about it. I was originally going to do this video on my way to Olympia, but that slipped my mind. But I just realized we crossed 9,000 miles. So now you will see me shoot my X video. This will be going on YouTube as well. Let's shoot that video. 9,000 miles without disengaging on FSD. The streak is alive, ladies and gentlemen. 9,000 miles. That is basically 3 coast-to-coast drives, 3 drives across the US, not having to disengage. FSD on 14.3. All right, now that you saw that though, get back to business. We're driving, going on our way. Yesterday's drive was to this exact area. Shout out to you, Robert. You do not care one bit about FSD or electric vehicles, and I know you're not watching this, but shout out to you and your golf club abilities. If you live in Washington State or anywhere you need a golf club builder, I have a guy. Okay, let's see, this camera is tripping. I need to change the gimbal mode. So shout out to you, Kevin Chow. I think you just screwed me. Yep, we left it on the FPV mode. All right, this will make it interesting. But this is why we have this beautiful screen built in on this Luna Ultra. So I will keep you in frame the entire time, but it's in FPV mode. A good thing this will just be tiny old David in the corner. But great drive. We're trying to do more twilight night drives. Give it some more interesting deal. It's past 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, I am in Western Washington State, but you most know me for being homeless on the road and a slave to this vehicle and a slave to Hilton hotels, which I love, so I shouldn't use the word slavery. But we're driving. We got a right here. Took its sweet time. Nobody was there, but it was kind of on there. It said rerouting to avoid closed roads, and I don't know why we're doing that. So now we're going back to my buddy's house area. Should be normally going the other way, so let's see what's up with the nav. Took there, changed. Yeah, I guess it knew a closed road. We're on our way. Very, very exciting. Okay, that was a closed road as well. So we're having a detour. And let's see what the nav is gonna do. This is becoming quite the interesting drive. Okay, now we're going by my buddy's neighborhood yet again. See if we can make it. So far so good, but very interesting. Still, of course, zero intervention. We will let this ride out. Show you, ladies and gentlemen, no outlet. Well, according to the Tesla FSD nav, we have a way to get out of there, but we will have to wait and see. But yeah, interesting drive. Beautiful. What is today? Saturday evening. Okay, still driving through this neighborhood. It's keeping about 20. Probably a tad bit faster than I normally would go. We're keeping it on the standard profile. Okay, and now we're going to take a left here. And I swear that was the road we were on to begin. Ah, the road's closed. It is really no outlet. Okay, this is exciting. This is exciting. All right, infinite loop time. Really? All right, it's going back. It did say no outlet. There was a fence there. Nav is struggling, but you will see what my life is really like. This is funny. Yesterday's drive was like over an hour, 73 minutes, I think it was. It was all city streets, completely flawless. Nav was perfect. The rest, we just had a little tiny stutter step, hesitation for a quarter of a second, enough to gain my attention. But we're on there. So we're coming to you on 2 cameras here. The guy on the suction cups is the new GoPro Mission 1 Pro. And what you have on here is the gimbaled, brand new, I think it released yesterday, Insta360 Luna Ultra. And it has a gimbal built in, and it is currently on FPV mode, is why it is swaying around so much. These videos are unedited, one take wonders for the moment. So we will have to deal with it. I will just be a tiny guy in the corner to begin with. So yesterday I edited this on CapCut on Android, and it did not go all that well. These 4K files, even my nice 1 terabyte, I think it's either 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, S26 Ultra, it was having tremendously long upload times. So, around there. Okay, so we're going straight. This is what I would have hoped it would have done in the first place. Again, I wasn't paying that close attention to the navigation. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. So we are not taking over unless it is absolutely safety critical. Okay, roundabout. I probably would have stopped, been a little smoother about that, but it was kind of thinking maybe they were going to turn right, but proceeded safely. Nothing really to complain about there, but FSD is so good at this point that you kind of have to nitpick. Little tiny itty bitty again stoppage, like slow down. I don't know why that was, but the littlest tiny bit, much less than what I mentioned earlier, but trying to comment on anything that is not smooth or beautiful. So we're off, we're going. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're gonna go on the freeway now. Go back. Go back there. While we're doing this, hey Grok, does the Target in Puyallup close? Or yeah, of course it closes. What are the hours of the Target in Puyallup, Washington this evening?
There are 2 Targets in Puyallup, Washington. The one at 3310 South Meridian and the Puyallup South at 10302.
I'm talking about the one at the South Hill Mall.
The Target at South Hill Mall opens at 8 a.m. every day. It closes at 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday and Sunday, 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday.
All right, well, it's Friday and Saturday, so we will get to go to Target after all in the parking lot, and I will not have to go to Wally World. How exciting. So I'm open to suggestions. Anybody, let me know how I can improve. Shout out to you, Anato. Thank you for your help yesterday. Yesterday I was running the Luna Ultra in the back and the GoPro up at me. Today we are doing the reverse. And we will see how that treats us. We won't know until I get to the supercharger. But now we're making strong. FSD nav did FSD nag things, but it figured itself out. Even a closed roundabout, and then that mysterious closed road it did. When I was talking to Grok on the way into the roundabout, the next one, it did kind of move the wheel and shake and stutter a little bit more than one would like, but ultimately they did pick the same lane, and it was only about a quarter, maybe a half second of hesitation. But certainly not a reason to take over. It may be a reason that your girlfriend would get angry at you. That is just in general something FSD needs to fix. So, beautiful day today. Went out golfing in Redmond, Washington. My buddy Kevin. Shout out to you. Shout out to his new app. Follow him on X, Kevin Chow, CHAU. He's got a brand new app. So for somebody wearing AirPods like myself, and you're at, let's say, a really busy restaurant. It's late. It's extremely loud in there. Bar, any situation, sports game, you name it. All your buddies can connect to his new app. It uses local signal only, no cell, Wi-Fi or anything, and then you can kind of make a local call, and then everybody can put their noise canceling earbuds in. It has noise audio enhanced improvement, so you can hear better and speak better for people to hear you, and you can do all that. It's free. It's on his page. He's looking for testers. You got the test flight link in there. If you have any questions about it, I'll send you the link to. Just comment here on YouTube or on X. Send me a message, and we will get you that. So, all right, so we're getting here, passing another supercharger. This is actually funny enough, the famous supercharger that got blown up to pieces is at this exit here. So, small world. Maybe I guess it's actually the next exit, but in this town, you remember during all the Elon days, the supercharger in this town literally got blown up to pieces. And the supercharging team had it fixed very, very quickly. It was like under a week. It was impressive. So we're driving. Of course, I'm yawning. It's only 9 o'clock. I'm yawning just because this car is so good. It's kind of boring. So recommend you keep watching the video, because there may be some nav shenanigans. The streak may end. You never know. This would be continue to be put out raw and edited, nevertheless. But just some practice runs before we start making hardcore testing videos. One thing that will be interesting about my videos is the fact that they will be different, because every single drive will hopefully be intervention free. We're going to try to run this streak up as much as we can. Seems like again, somehow I don't really understand the whole scheme of things. Truly, I'm just sitting here, but it seems that we have the largest streak at the moment. Anybody, at least on X. Probably the world, though. It's pretty cool. The last one was certainly life-changing. If it wasn't for the first streak of 12,961 miles, I'd be not talking to you right now into a camera, which is a very unfamiliar thing. So we're doing on there. We're having a blast. Driving 24 minutes to go. We're in the standard profile. It's currently going 6 miles an hour over the speed limit. Just chilling. Came into the far right-hand lane. Just fine. Probably very uneventful. going strong. At 6 over. 12 miles. We gotta get on the freeway. And then eventually we'll get off. Pull into a supercharger at a Target. So just this on me. I need a shave. But tomorrow, I'm trying to get a video every day. Tomorrow, we will have a new video, and I will be shaving. So we're going to a nice dinner. My mother. Her birthday. Nice to be home for that. Normally in my weird lifestyle, I'm unfortunately not home for as many of those things as I wish. Unfortunately, miss Father's Day next week, and the rest are just some things that are unavoidable. This one's a can't miss thing. It's not a Tesla thing, your car thing. It's some other stuff. Unfortunately, it has to have priority at the moment. Okay, so we're chilling, we're driving. I mean, we're black now. It's 9:23. Maybe it'll start. I just realized I just had an epiphany. Drag box on David. Smart tracking. Ha! Now I won't have to mess with this thing anymore. Phenomenal. That is spectacular. Now, when I move, the camera moves with me. Don't have to worry about it. We're making breakthroughs. We are making breakthroughs. Probably tomorrow, put it over on the other side. On there for talking. It's hard because this camera's long in length. Let's see, let's tip this back. See if you can track me. It works. Very impressive. Alright, semi-truck getting over. Standard taking the wheel. Going, move the lanes. That was a great move. That was instant. Spectacular. Spectacular, spectacular job. Wow, let's see if we got a zoom with the tracking. You can really see. That's way too close for 4K. That was cool though. That is cool. Alrighty. So we're on I-5, the big I-5. Stay tuned. I'll be driving on I-5 next week. A lot of videos. A short amount of time. As I make my trek on my next journey. And we are so close to coming out of warranty. I just subscribed for the $50 a month to the warranty. I bought this car again September 2025, September 20th, and we've averaged about 6,900 miles a month, 49,898, which is just insane to think about. Most people drive 12,000 miles in a year, and we're at 7-8 months. We've driven 50,000 miles, so we're like 4 times the national yearly average. But it's all thanks to you guys, and it's all thanks to Tesla and the free supercharging promo I'm taking advantage of for 1 year that came with my Model 3 purchase, like they are currently running at the moment. It seems like on the screen, let's just take it off. I got a guide. I'm just trying to get there. Nope. Okay. Okay, pay attention to the road, try to play with this camera. There we go. Okay, we're here again. Thank you for continuing along. But we're doing great. And I was just saying that the damn thing's not cooperating now. I don't know if that's because of the light or what it is. I was just commenting, at least it looks like on this viewfinder that that's tracking. Not only tracking, but I mean that it looks like it's extremely well lit, and it's 9:30. I mean, there's some light, but it's, you know, it's dark for sure. Hey Grok, what time today at Fort Lewis, Washington did the sun go down?
The sun went down around 9:06 p.m. in Fort Lewis today. It's past
Goodbye.
sunset now.
So, yeah, we're past sunset. Just by a half hour or so. But still, pretty exciting. There's 1-inch sensors. Very lucky with this camera. Make sure my suction cup is good. So far, we don't have any lane camping, left lane camping, like FSD does, even at standard. We had just on the last point release, 14.3, the Canada team, we had a whole bunch of camping in the left lane. And today, I don't know if it's just the antidote. Most of today driven a couple hours today, probably about 3 total. And most of those was in Mad Max, the vast majority. So don't complain with the camping there, but not the same thing. But I mean, I'm pretty impressed on this drive. It's great. I mean, really nothing to note. Very minor things, like I said. The ittiest bitty quarter-second hesitations. We had that weird nav thing, but we're not even going to speak on that. It does get you where you're going. If an Uber driver made those mistakes, 1 or 2 mistakes, 1, you probably wouldn't even notice because you'd be busy on TikTok, and 2, you certainly wouldn't downgrade your experience on it. Maybe if we missed a major exit to take a new freeway, had to reroute a whole bunch, you can see that maybe, but we'll get to that when we gotta go on Washington 512 East, 4.5 miles. If it misses that, we'll be a bit more frustrated. So, about 24 minutes in, 0 interventions, 0 disengagements, you name it. I have not done a single thing other than tell it I want to go to the supercharger in a Target parking lot and gone on there. So we had some struggles in the nav. Of course, those recapping, but it's interesting. You can see the light shining off side mirrors in my eyes. The Mini Cooper, we've been staying about 6-7 over on standard, just perfect. I do miss the days of hurry being exactly 10 over. I love that in 14.1 world. That was awesome. It was super reliable. It was like perfect. I miss that because that's about what I want to go over, especially in a rural area. Here in the city, I'm kind of 10% over. 10%'s a good number. I had a buddy of mine, shout out to you, Melando. I was in high school, we were learning how to drive, and he told me his mom told him that 10% rule, try to never go above 10% over the speed limit. And I think that's a pretty fair rule. Examples, even a 25-mile-an-hour school zone, that's 28. Well, school zone, probably not speed, but the speed limit is what I meant by that. All the way up to, in like by Giga, Texas, there's 85-mile-an-hour speed limits. And that would be in the low 90s, which if you're driven in southern Texas, you'd be the guy in the right-hand lane getting passed anyways. So we're continuing to trek along. We got a guy in front of us. FSD's given acceptable following distance. got an old Model S in the left-hand lane. Rear building on there. As we continue to have some fun. Let's make sure GoPro is recording. No overeating thus far. Of course. See. Alright, we're down to 62 and a 61.5 miles. Normally would probably pass, but I imagine it's not trying to pass at the moment because we're so close to the exit. There. So let's see when it starts to get over. On this 512 going on I-5 north, it always like backs up, especially in the mornings. And FSD, I don't know about this build, but historically FSD would like to just get in line and it would get over like 2 miles early. It was like absolutely insane. This exit backs up for like 2 exits, so you can get caught in the line forever. It's not a fun day to get caught in that. I'll try my best to avoid that. But I'm also sick in the head, as you can probably tell. The streak ride. Alright, so we're getting over 0.4 of a mile. Got some room. Plenty acceptable. And we're going to get over on this freeway. And then it's got to take this unique right off the freeway where the right-hand lane, I mean, you have to stop, it's a red light, but it's a dual lane, right-hand turn only lane. So they both can go when it's clear. There's a lane for each of them, but FSD normally does not ever go in that example. And it's like, it's be a double creep scenario for FSD. It's been a while since I've seen it and caught the red. It might not because it's nighttime, but who knows as well. You never know. On there, man, it looks so bright in this. It's amazing. So, seems like this 1-inch sensor is doing wonders. Really curious how this guy's going to turn out too on the GoPro. Even if it's pitch black, I will upload it because I do need watch hours. I don't have to do anything other than edit a clap together, which I failed to do yesterday. The audio almost was synced, but I forgot to cut the first 10 seconds. Ultimately, it's not the end of the world. So we're still riding. Funny enough, right about, literally right here, there's a baseball field. I played at this baseball field when I was 14 years old for the summer. Team was called Triple Play Stingers. It was really just a triple play organization. They had all sorts of, like the Hornets, like the Buzz. I mean, we all had names around that. But we had this tournament that we hosted at our field. We had our own field. It was pretty cool. We had our own like MLB style dugout and the rest. It was a very cool place to play. We weren't a prestigious club by any means, but we were very unique to have our own like training club facility. But we had this tournament and they were like really particular about not losing any balls. I was 14 years old. One of these balls went onto this freeway here, onto the divider, and I went and retrieved it. That was pretty stupid of me thinking back, but that was kind of funny. Playing Frogger as 14, but it was like a Saturday morning. There wasn't that many people, but it was a good core memory. Nevertheless, I haven't thought about that in a long time. So thanks for you guys for allowing me to do this, to think of fun memories like that. But yeah, that was pretty funny. On there. season. David Moss, I was a damn fine baseball player when I was a kid. For some reason, I very much peaked at like the age of 15 years old. But yeah, like killed Legal League, and all that. Number 1 overall pick. Multiple years. Absolutely killed it. Growing up, etc. Summer ball. I started playing when I was 4 years old. But then something about like right at the end of middle school, getting into high school, really capped at like 15, 16. Still, of course, easily played varsity and such. But yeah, not the dreams and the way you hoped it out. It was really funny though. By the time I was like 18, 19, the way my birthday is, my birthday's it's at the late part of the month, the way that the deadline was, and so it was. I got, except for this one league, I normally got really screwed. I was always the youngest kid by like I was literally the like youngest possible age by 4 days that my age group was, which always kind of stunk. But there's 2 times that it kind of helped me out with the ages run the other way, the swing. One was American Legion, so I got to play when I was like up to like 19 years old. So after my first year of college, got to come back and play another fun summer of baseball. That was really cool. That was worth it, just to have a whole other year that most kids don't get to have. And then I got to go to the Dominican Republic when I was like 13, maybe 14, play for this like Team USA baseball. We played against a bunch of local like Dominican kids. That was so fun. I always remember that they're like, it was just like in bench warmers where they lie about their age. And I was like 13 and I was pitching, and I got to pitch against this guy that was like 6 foot tall, and I had him 0-2, and the catcher called a fastball like high, like one at like his head, and David Moss threw it like right to his chest, and that dude hit it like 400 feet dead center. We were like 13, and I thought it was just really funny because it was like comical how old the guy was. And I gave up a home run, but it was actually the only time I never cared about that. You can imagine with how competitive I am against FSD streaks. I was that competitive as a young boy playing, but that was such a fun week, fun experience. We all stayed at this like all-inclusive resort all week, got to play, and that was the first time I'd gone that so far south, like towards the equator. If you know me, you see me, you can tell on the camera, but I'm incredibly fair-skinned, freckles, the bunch, but you know, I burn extremely easy. And there I was out in the pool for maybe 15 minutes. Since it was a nice like resort, my dad let me run around even at the young age. You know, we had the other parents, chaperones, etc. But he happened to find me in the pool like 15 minutes in and knew about that, and I hadn't put any sunscreen on, and I knew I was going to be like less than an hour. Normally back home that would be fine, maybe I'd be a little red, but I was absolutely toast, like crying in bed, red. Oh man, that was one of the worst nights of sleep in my life. You know, it was just pure luck that he was going out for a walk and happened to see me, dragged my ass out of the pool nicely, of course. But yeah, super grateful for that. But yeah, that was so fun getting the home run. But going back to the first part of the story, it was super funny, like peaking and everything. But for some reason, I had this like, I guess that was just habit. I'm trying to do these no intervention. Of course, when I do the coast to coast and stuff, we're very more strict with that. But instinctually, I just hit the turn signal button because we were getting our ass tailgated, even though we were fine. We're in the left-hand lane. I know we're 1.3 miles, so I didn't move it over. We did not need that. We were just getting tailgated, but there's nothing we could have done because you can see there's a whole row of people in front of us. But it was really funny because like 18, 19, I like threw super slow, especially out competitively, but I got to pitch. Because for some reason, I had this coach when I was 12 years old. He taught me a knuckle curveball, and for some reason it stuck. I could not throw a regular curveball, I could not throw anything, but I could throw this knuckle curveball. And it was legitimately like high college level curveball, like with a break and everything. But then the rest of my pitching was like high school, junior varsity you know, like I was fine the rest, especially fielding. Was, you know, defense was my strong suit. On that summer, like Legion team, I played 8 positions that summer at various points, including catching, shortstop. So we're as part of the 14.3.4. We're coming close to a charger, and it pops up making you to choose. And we now have a curbside button that's been renamed to pull over. So now we're taking the exit, and I see those 2 lights up ahead that I was telling you about are red in nature. But going back to the baseball before we finish, but yeah, like I had like junior varsity stuff. I could locate, I could throw strikes, but then I just have this like incredibly nasty curveball for no reason. But I had like I wouldn't even call it a fastball. I had a slow ball and then a slower ball, this curveball, and for some reason it would stick. So we have the red. We're just gonna let it go awkward, see if it will go. It's been a long time since I'd sat here. We are getting incredibly tailgated, as you can tell. Normally I would go. Now it's harder just to monitor because we have cars in the left-hand lane blocking it. So we